Thanks a lot. That's called Wrapped Around the Axle, one we put together. It's really good to be back.
How about a hand for our upright bass player always holding this thing together and hauling around that big upright bass, Miss Fran Form on the upright bass. Bright shining sun, Lord, bright shining sun. Now Tim Brooks was a big bay horse, wore shaggy mane. Went on down to Memphis, beat the Memphis train. Beat the Memphis train, Lord, beat the Memphis train. Now Tim Brooks said to Molly, what makes your head so red? Running in the hot sun, fever in my head. Fever in my head, Lord, fever in my head. Now Molly said, Tim Brooks, you're looking mighty squirrel. Tim Brooks said to Molly, leaving this world. Leaving this world, Lord, leaving this world. Now Kuiper, you're not riding right. Molly beating on Tim Brooks, clear out of sight. Clear out of sight, Lord, clear out of sight. Now Kuiper, my son, give old Tim Brooks a bride, oh, let old Tim Brooks run. Let old Tim Brooks run, Lord, let old Tim Brooks run. Now women all laughing, the children all are crying, and look at old Tim Brooks, old Tim Brooks is fine. Old Tim Brooks is fine, Lord, old Tim Brooks is fine. Now go and get old Tim Brooks and hitch him in the shade. Gonna bury old Molly in a coffin ready made. Coffin ready made, Lord, coffin ready made. Coffin ready made, Lord, coffin ready made. Coffin ready made, Lord, coffin ready made. Here's a train song. It's a true story. Happened over here in Cambridge. October the 10th, 1949. It's called Three Good Men Died.
Ready?
They headed out for work just like any other day on that St. J and LC line. A canteen and a lunch bill rolled that old hand car to a band about a mile out of town. Inspecting the ties on those old mountain tracks, heads were down as they roll along. And when your mind is at the task, nobody had to ask how they missed the westbound from Moorestown. By the time they saw it coming, it was a little too late. That off-scheduled train sealed their fate. And oh, the whistle cried, three good men died. And oh, the whistle cried, three good men died. October the 10th, 1949 is a hard day for that little mountain town. Frederick, Lyman, Churchill, Nelson, Henry, Nolan, and Walt Burner, a railroad man for life. On the blind corner stands a sign in memory to those 3 men that died, left behind their family. And oh, the whistle cried, 3 good men died. And oh, the whistle cried, 3 good men died. And they headed out for work just like any other day on that St. J&LC line. Oh, Luke. Nestled in the pine trees in the mountains, down a long road, I love it still. There I know my dear old mother's waiting, and I know she always will. At home is where the heart is, they tell me. Been many try traveling that lonesome road, and never find a pal as true as mother. They'll never find a place as sweet as home. Many years ago I left my old home, and I started out to ramble all the way around. If ever I turn to where I came from, I'll find a little home and settle down. Yeah, home is where the heart is, they tell me. Been many a try traveling that lonesome road, and never find a pal as true as mother. They'll never find a place as sweet as home. Nestled in the pine trees in the mountains, down along the road, I love it still. There I know my dear old mother's waiting, and I know she always will. Their home is where the heart is, they tell me. Been many a try traveling that lonesome road, and never find a pal as true as mother. They'll never find a place as sweet as home. They tell me, been many a try traveling that lonesome road. They'll never find a pal as true as mother. They'll never find a place as sweet as home. Yeah, they'll never find a pal as true as mother. They'll never find a place as sweet as home. How about a hand for Mr. Brian Steele doing the sound system here? Does it sound okay? I think they can hear us in Enosburg, so you want to hear more fiddle? All right.
When in doubt, just a little more Roland, you know?
The song of the day is? What's the pick of the litter?
I think it was 26 years ago today, the Grateful Dead were playing up at Highgate. You could probably hear Phil Lesh's bass right here that night. I was there, so I couldn't tell you, but...
Were you one of those guys that climbed the fence or knocked the fence down? Was that you?
No, but I saw it happen during Bob Dylan. It was something. Bunch of hippies.
Bob Dylan caused a riot?
This next tune is one that Roland put together for us. It's called Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek.
We got a couple shows coming up next weekend over down in Johnson at Moog's Joint. Y'all know where that is? It's a great little outdoor venue, and we're going to be playing there next Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, I'll never forget when I was a kid, 19 and a 20-something, Prohibition was in. And that law came along, folks started making their own. And that was the time the bootlegger was born. And it was mostly quiet in that little border town. Everyone knew how to sneak it around. And some of them got caught, but a lot more got away. But old Molly was the fastest like a needle through the hay. 'Cause she could handle that sedan like racing on a track, dressed up like a movie star, money in a sack. And old Molly, you put them all to shame. Molly bootlegger, bootlegging was her game. I was working with my old man on the old Creek River Bridge when Molly came like a lightning bolt up over the ridge. And those customs agents were in the hot pursuit. Molly said, "Look out, old Canada, I'm coming for you." Come a train was about to cross the road, and Molly never slowed down. You could hear that whistle blow. She beat the train just in time, left those agents to roast. They had to sit there while the train went by, watch her drive off in the dust. 'Cause she could handle that sedan like racing on a track, dressed up like a movie star, money in a sack. And old Molly, you put them all to shame. Molly bootlegger, bootlegging was a game. And old Molly bootlegger, bootlegging was a game. Thank you.
That last tune was kind of set right around here. It's one of the tunes on our album Old Mountain Time, and it's got some great there's some great footage on the album of interviews with folks, old timers from around here, telling about the bootleggers who used to run between here and Canada. And there's a reference to Richford, which I just drove through today, and it's pretty cool to be in the place where a lot of this stuff was set. And Jeremy wrote that last tune. And we're going to figure out what's next here.
You guys have the perfectly this town green. You know, we go to a lot of these sort of events right here, and 9 times out of 10, about the sun goes down, everybody's getting scorched by the sun. So these 2 trees are just perfect shade trees.
Yeah.
And it seems kind of inappropriate that we sing a song about logging right now. Here's one called The Logging Man.
Yeah. Oh boy, here we go.
He's up every morning at the crack of dawn, his high-caulk boots and his Levi's on. Eats ham and egg and biscuit bread. He's in the woods when the sun gets red. He's a chainsaw, logskin, tree climbing, limb dodging, truck driving, rough old logging man. His skin is leather, got a steel backbone. He's stubborn as a mule and twice as strong. He'll cut 100 trees in an area if he can. He won't back down, he's a heck of a man. He's a chainsaw, logskin, tree climbing, limb dodging, truck driving, rough old logging man. He works in the sun and the rain and snow. He works in the winter when the cold winds blow. Reason why he works hard all week long, his little wife's waiting for his pay back home. He's a chainsaw, logskin, tree climbing, limb dodging, truck driving, rough old logging man. He's a chainsaw, logskin, tree climbing, limb dodging, truck driving, rough old logging man.
We did it.
I messed up on your solo because I got distracted listening to you. No, I got Yep. Well, I'm a banjo picker, and I travel all around big cities to the countrysides. My music takes me round. And I was headed from a show one night through the great north woods when I saw a great big critter in front of me. It stood, and it was long as a mountain lion, big as a bear, eyes as red as fire. Boy, gave me quite a scare. Yeah, I know what I know. Yeah, I saw what I saw. And those people think I'm crazy, but it don't bother me at all. So be on the lookout when you're traveling around. In the great north woods, you know a bear cat can be found. About a week or so later, I was sitting at the bar, an old timer looking at me, heard my story from afar. And he said, boy, you're not crazy, 'cause I've seen him too, and your blood will freeze like a stone when a bear cat looks at you. Yeah, I know what I know. Yeah, I saw what I saw, and those people think I'm crazy, but it don't bother me at all. So be on the lookout when you're traveling around. In the great north woods, you know a bear cat can be found. won't you listen to my story? And I'll tell you that it's true, and your blood will freeze like a stone when a bearcat looks at you. Yes, I know what I know. Yeah, I saw what I saw, and those people think I'm crazy, but it don't bother me at all. So be on the lookout when you're traveling around in the great north woods. You know a bearcat can be found. In the great north woods, you know the bearcat can be found. Well, we just want to take a quick second to thank all of you, most of all, for coming out tonight. How about a big hand for yourself? Everybody deserves a big pat on the back for what we've been through the last year and a half. I've lost track. I don't even know. And one summer ran into the next, and we're just happy that everybody's here and we're all having a good time. And thanks to the community here for having us. Oh, little happy birthday in G.
We want to wish a happy birthday to Brian.
He wanted us to play Devil Went Down in Georgia, but we only know the campfire version. So you have to visit us on a campfire if you want to hear that. But here's a little happy birthday.
We're going to actually play?
Do you guys know this song? Brian, in case you forgot. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brian.
Enjoy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Just like we rehearsed it. Thanks a lot, y'all.
Well, I'm going back to the country, and I can't pay the rent. No, I'm not completely broke, brother, I'm badly bent. I don't understand where the money went. And I ain't broke, brother, I'm badly bent. Well, I went to the city, brother, to the city I went. Bought a lot of that big yellow rock, and that's where my money went. Now I know just what they meant. I ain't broke, brother, I'm badly bent. Well, when I get back to East Fairfield, I'll be living in a tent. And Mom and Paul sure be mad about all the money I spent. And I know just what they meant. I ain't broke, brother, I'm badly bent. Back to the country, I'll be living in a tent. And my mom and pa sure be mad about all the money I spent. And I know just what they meant. And I ain't broke, brother, I'm badly bent. Well, when I get back to the country, living in a tent, Mom and Pa sure be mad about all the money I spent. Now I know just what they meant. And I ain't broke. Ooh, brother, I'm badly bent. I think we got a couple more songs. Is that okay if we play a couple more? All right. How about a hand for that banjo picker over there, Mr. Luke R.M. on the banjo. And we got Roland Clark on the fiddle, Fran Form on the upright bass, Jeff Goodhue on the mandolin, and singing and picking the guitar, Jeremy Sisley. Thank you all. You know, you got a good band. I made about 3 mistakes in that song, and they didn't even flinch. They just changed how they play it. It's just how spoiled I am. Yeah. Oh, the wind blows cold on the trail of the buffalo. Oh, the wind blows cold in the land of the Navajo. In the land of the Navajo.
100 miles from nowhere out on the desert sand, one-eyed Jack the trader held some turquoise in his hand. By his side sat running elk, his longtime Indian friend, who vowed that he would stay by Jack until the bitter end. Now Jack had gambled all he owned to lead this wandering life. He might have had a happy home or tender loving wife, but his hunger was for trading trappers' furs for turquoise stone. Anything that the Indians had, Jack wanted for his own.
Oh, the wind blows cold on the trail of the buffalo. Oh, the wind blows cold in the land of the Navajo. In the land of the Navajo.
Said Jack to running elk, I've gambled all my precious stones before I lay my body here among these bleaching bones. Although my time is drawing near, I'm filled with dark regret. My spirit longs to journey as the sun begins to set. We've raped, we've killed, we've stole your land, we ruled with guns and knives, fed whiskey to your warriors while we stole away your wives. Said running elk would stun is done, you white men rule this land, so lay the cards face up and play your last broken-hearted hand.
Oh, the wind blows cold on the trail of the buffalo. Oh, the wind blows cold in the land of the Navajo. In the land of the Navajo.
When you're dealing cards with death, the joker's wild, the ace is high. Jack bit the Mississippi River, running elk race in the sky. Jack saw him with the sun and moon, and upped him with the stars. Running elk bet the Rocky Mountains, Jupiter and Mars. And the sun was sinking in the west when Jack drew the ace of spades. Running elk just rolled his eyes, he smiled and passed away. Jack picked up his turquoise stones and cast them to the sky. He stared into the setting sun and made a mournful cry.
Oh, the wind blows cold on the trail of the buffalo. Oh, the wind blows cold in the land of the Navajo. In the land of the Navajo. Thank you.
everyone.
Oh, we said that in tandem and tune. Hey, I just want to give one more quick shout out to our favorite hometown radio station, WLVB, for saying a lot of kind words about us and getting the word out for us, and we really appreciate it. So if you see them or talk to them, say thanks very much, because they do a lot for this community, and it's nice to have a local station here. And anyhow, thanks again. Here's one called The Mountain Rill. folks. We're Big Steeler Borrow. I'm Jeremy Sicily on the guitar. We got Jeff Goodhue on the mandolin again. And Luke Oriam on the banjo. Roland Clark on the fiddle. Fran Forum on the upright bass. Thanks for coming out. Have a great summer. We love you all. Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody.